All right, so now that you've learned what the discriminant is, b squared minus 4ac, and you've noticed that that's the same expression that we see underneath the square root inside the quadratic formula, hopefully you're starting to make connections as to why it determines the number of solutions for our quadratic. Think about it. If the discriminant value is negative, that means that you have a negative number underneath the square root in our quadratic formula. As far as we know, we can't take the square root of a negative number. So that's why there would be no real solutions. I'm saying the word real because we will talk about, believe it or not, imaginary solutions later. But for now, a negative number under a square root results in no real solutions. This is similar to the practice problem you did, where you noticed that the parabola never intersected the x-axis. So there was no x-intercepts, which means there was no real solutions. If the number under the square root is 0, so if our discriminant value is 0, well, we know that the square root of 0 is just 0, which means that is the one solution. Obviously, the quadratic formula has other things around it, like the opposite of b, plus or minus, all over 2a, so your solution might not be 0, but there will be only one of them. And so what that means is your parabola will come down and touch the x-axis and go back up. Or maybe if it's like this, it'll touch once and go back down. So there is one x-intercept, therefore there's one real solution. If the number underneath the square root is positive, think about like 4. The square root of 4 could be plus or minus 2. So if your discriminant is positive, there are 2 real solutions. Because every positive number, when you take its square root, you get the plus or minus. So square root of 81 plus or minus 9 leaves you with 2 possible solutions. So this would be an example of when your parabola is crossing the x-axis twice. So somehow it's intercepting 2 times, therefore resulting in 2 real solutions. So the value of the discriminant is not as important as its sign. So a negative value, no real solutions. A value of 0, which is neither negative or positive, but a value of 0 will leave you with 1 real solution, and a discriminant value that's positive will have 2 real solutions.